And as Syria and Turkey continue to recover from last month's deadly earthquake, volunteers from the natural state are helping the survivors rebuild and recover. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza actually spoke to one of those volunteers who just so happens to be a former 5 News employee. Now, he's been on the ground there in Turkey.
The death toll continues to rise in Turkey and Syria. At least 50,000 people killed, according to the Associated Press.
Many different stories coming out of here, just people losing everything.
Brandon Hartung has traveled from Arkansas to aid those in need.
We've just been here helping. There's a lot of wonderful people working on the ground, helping these people, doing feeding centers, setting up tents, trying to get more permanent structures.
From distributing food and clothes, or even bringing stuffed animals for children.
There's no produce, there's no food, there's no even running water.
Hartung says it'll take 2 to 3 years to rebuild, forcing many to either leave what was once their homes or now live in tents.
The buildings in the town down that didn't fall, they're going to have to fall. So there's going to be another round of digging out buildings and just completely almost rebuilding a city of, I would guess, hundreds of thousands of people. And this is just one of many cities in Turkey and then across the border in Syria.
And as Hartung says, the cities can be rebuilt. There's one reality many are facing.
And the painful and hard part of the story is the people. There's so much loss, so much death, over 40,000 just here in Turkey so far. They're still digging and finding people. They've lost loved ones, they've lost neighbors and friends, and just trying to survive.
That's why, as a former 5 News photojournalist, he continues telling people stories.
He was outside and he heard all the buildings in his neighborhood fall at once, like an instant. And then he heard people crying and asking for help, and they're trapped, and there's no way to help them. It's just a nightmare scenario for the survivors and the ones that lost their lives.
Covering News Where We Live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
All right, thank you, Jose. Definitely a tough story right there. Well, if you would like to find out more about Mission Field Media, you can check out missionfieldmedia.org and give to their relief efforts in Turkey. You can text Love Turkey to 71777. Again, Love Turkey to 71777.